You could see the smoke from that sailboat fire out in the middle of Mobile Bay for miles yesterday. Take a look at both sides of the bay could see that smoke.
Yeah, 3 people were on the boat. The sailboat, they were rescued by another boater, but not before they had to jump into the water and then just watch as the vessel burned. Fox 10 News' Hal Sherrick talked with 2 of the survivors today who say they credit their survival with being prepared and just staying calm.
We were very lucky. We were very lucky, and we're happy that all 3 souls were okay.
Jason Ellison and 2 others were forced to jump from a burning sailboat Sunday afternoon. The video you're seeing was shot by fellow boater Boyd Douglas, who'd seen the smoke from the eastern shore. The sailboat's owner, Scott Peck, and a 3rd person were ferrying Ellison from Sundowner Yacht Club at Dog River to Fairhope to participate in a race. They made it about halfway across Mobile Bay when they smelled smoke. Ellison went below with a fire extinguisher to search out the source.
And as soon as I started pulling stuff out of the stern berth, it gave it enough oxygen that it just erupted in a fire. And then I said, fire, fire, fire.
The fire extinguisher did little good, and what happened in the next 30 seconds or so is likely what saved all their lives. First, Ellison called 911, handed the phone to Peck, and took a female passenger to the bow.
It was probably, 30 seconds from raging fire to overboard.
Peck has spent decades on the water and knows the importance of being prepared and staying calm in the face of diversity. Sunday, he was faced with plenty of both. The fire prevented him from getting to the bow with the other 2 who'd already jumped into the water.
They jumped off, and I took my leg off, so I didn't want to lose that. And we had the 911 operator on the cell phone. So I jumped and took my leg off, had my leg under my arm. I was holding the cell phone in my mouth, talking to the 911 operator.
It was about that time Peck heard Ellison calling for a flotation device. The cabin fire had prevented them from getting to the life jackets, and the female passenger couldn't swim. Fortunately, Peck was able to throw them the life sling before he jumped off the stern, holding the swim platform.
I was very lucky that Scott tossed this overboard because it was the last thing that we had accessible. So I think that PFDs on deck is an extremely important message about that, because if a fire erupts, you can't get to them.
Multiple agencies responded to that fire, as you saw in that video, but it was a fellow boater in the end who made it there and rescued the 3 of them. They tell me that a young boy on board that boat saw fire and alerted his dad, who was driving the boat, who sped to the rescue. Now, the lesson here, they tell me, is to always be prepared when you're on the water and to not panic when you get in a rough situation. Now, the cause of this fire has not been determined. Live on Mobile Bay, Hal Sherrick, Fox 10 News.